All right, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Wab Rum. You're back with another lesson. Let's bring out a disclaimer. Fair use, fair use. And I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahara Kakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 men of the Lord you see on the highways and byways, prophesying in the name and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, also in the correct doctrine. I want to send a shalom to the one-third men, women, and children that will escape the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai by their faith. I got another lesson I want to bring out, Lord willing, is edifying, as you see here. And you know you can't say too much about these guys. I say it like that. But the point I want to make is, as you see, the Bible says there is a time for peace and a time for war. This is the time for war.
The Bible says that there is a time for peace and a time for war. This is a time for war.
And there you hear it. It's a time for war. So there's nothing DT can do to stop war. As you see right here, it says U.S. is on X. It says U.S. has shot down an Iranian drone above the Persian Gulf. The drone was a surveillance drone approaching an American ship. And this happened today, a couple of hours ago. And see, this is only going to intensify as they have talks set up for Friday. And you see, Iran willing to shut down nuclear program as U.S. officials head to Istanbul, and that's in Turkey. It says Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are expected to meet Iranian's foreign minister Friday, with Turkey, Kuwait, and Egypt officials also attending. So this is showing you this is not just a American meeting with just Iran. Notice this is going to be set up to see who is lying and who is about peace and who's about war. And that's what these Muslim nations are in this meeting for. You know what I'm saying? I can't say exactly what they're doing, but you can just tell through the spirit that this is being set up to see if who really wants peace and who really wants war. And it says it is the first face-to-face talks since Trump moved his armada into striking range. Iran is offering major concessions. It says they are willing to suspend the nuclear program and have already sent Ali Larjana, I know I'm butchered it, to Moscow with a message from Khomeini. Iran should ship its enriched uranium supply to Russia like they did under the 2015 deal. And this was already the deal that was taken was canceled by DT. See, they know that Iran really doesn't want to fight, man, and that's why these other nations are in this meeting to basically see if who really wants the peace and who really wants to fight. And it says just in Trump is already not prepared for an attack on Iran. And a senior official confirms his reluctance to engage militarily. See, Trump doesn't want to go to war, but he's going to be forced to. And as you see right here, it says a U.S. source said the push for strikes comes from, you see, while Trump really does not want to do it. And he's going to be caused to do it because the least of the flock is going to draw them out. Now, I'm going to play this one first. Now, Trump doesn't really want to go into Iran, even though he talks big and bad about it, but he knows his hand is going to be forced into this attack on him, and it's going to spiral the region into an all-out war, and it's going to eventually come to Babylon the Great, which they already pretty much given warning about a nuclear attack in the homeland. Now, check this out.
Is reporting that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will make yet another trip to Washington, his sixth in 1 year, where he is expected to again pressure President Trump to launch a war on Iran. Last time he was in the U.S. in December, the regime change protests in Iran were launched. What does he have up his sleeve this time? How can it be that a foreign leader has more say on whether we go to war than the U.S. Congress? Here's what we do know. Whether Trump launches a war or not, the massive military buildup in the Middle East has already cost us billions of dollars. Those are billions that, instead of helping to actually make America great again, will only make the military industrial complex greater. All the American people will see is the continuing destruction of the dollar, and with it, more inflation and a lower standard of living at home. And of course, we will see a war supplemental spending bill on top of the $1 trillion military budget for the year. Thanks for listening.
And see, I know I always say, and you see, but he's putting it out there for you to understand that the dollar's finished, man. This is a part of the reset, and this is a part of their NWO to go into World War III and pretty much cause an all-out war, man. This is also one of the what is his name? Albert Pike. He had wrote about this being a third world war when he'll cause the small hats to come against the Arabian nations, man, which is basically just the Muslim nations. I forgot exactly how it's worded. I mean, anybody can look it up. It's easy to Google. But Trump has he has warmongers, which this guy's one of his main ones. And they're not going to take not going to war as an answer, man. They're not going to take not striking them or making a deal, because the deal is all it's over with, man. They're not going to be satisfied with a deal. And Benjamin, he's not going to be satisfied with a deal. This is a time for war.
Is on the way. If this regime is still standing, the day after, if we pull the plug, will be 100 years of chaos. I have every confidence that President Trump will do what he promised to the people. Help is on the way. Keep protesting. If this regime falls, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, they all go. It'd be the biggest change since the fall of the Berlin Wall. But here's one thing I know. Donald Trump is Ronald Reagan plus in my mind. Venezuela, soon Cuba. The one thing you can't do as president, talk like Reagan and act like Obama. There's no deal to be done here. These people are not trustworthy. The protesters in the street are not protesting for a better nuclear deal. They're protesting for a better life. And if they win the day, we have a chance to have friends with the people of Iran. The Ayatollah will never be our friend. He's a religious Nazi. President Trump, you said help is on the way. That has to be real. It has to be real soon. Do it, Mr. President. The people of Iran are begging you to be on their side. You have done it so good. You are Reagan plus. This is the defining moment in your presidency. Stand by the people. The Ayatollah falls. The region changes. Bigger than the fall of the Berlin Wall. No more international terrorists. This regime has American blood on its hands since 1979. You got the Houthis, you got Hezbollah killing Americans. Bring this regime down because the people want it down. You don't have to invade the country, but help on the way means military strikes against the infrastructure that is killing the Iranian people. Go after the ones who are killing the people. Put this regime on notice. We're never going to let up. Strangle their economy. It will fall. The people will take over. And over time, we will have a friend in Iran, not an enemy. Hezbollah, Hamas, the Houthis all fall. Okay. The biggest thing you could possibly ever do to the Mideast is take this regime down, and they're as weak as they've ever been since 1979. Mr. President, you can do it. I hope you will do it. And if you do it, this is Reagan.
And see, he's not worried about the consequences. There's no consequences in his mind. There's no fighting back in his mind. And just we'll attack them, we'll destroy them, and that's it. They ain't gonna fight against us. They ain't gonna do anything. Just go and do it. And see, that's the pride that he has in his heart, in his mind. Because no nation can come against us. We got the strongest nation, and that's how all of them talk, man. Just like DT talks, but he is pretty much got himself in a situation that he's not going to be able to get out by talk. He's going to have to make a move. And see, he wants to focus. DT just want to focus on the small nations, those nations that can't fight back, and the people that can't fight back. And he looks like he's in control and has power over everyone because it basically is in their hands. But when someone is pretty much up to the same level, he backs back, man. He's not really quick to run in there and do that because he knows if he goes in there, there's no turning back. And I want to start with this right here, Ecclesiastes 3 and verse 8. It says, "A time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace, and a time of peace." Salakia. But you see, the time of war, man. The first thing he said in the video, a time of war. And let me get this in the NLT. A time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. That's what it is. It's a time for war. And there's no turning back, man. There's no peace agreement. There's no deal can be set up, as Lindsey Graham said. There's nothing you can do, man. We have to go to war. And that's the same mindset that Benjamin is in, man. We got to go to war, man. And all that talking and bullshit, that's over with. We're too close to reaching our goals, man, that we had set before us, man, which the elite put in the minds of these leaders of these nations that we are at the end, man, which we know Yahweh Shem Yahushua controls everything, man, on left and right. But they feel like if we do this, we are finished. We don't have to do anything else. Everyone else is subject unto us. We have conquered everybody else if we go and take down Iran. This is Joel 3 and verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up." And that's the mindset that they're in, man. Prepare war. Every nation is preparing for war. And they've been doing it for many years now, but you're seeing the escalations are here. One major event is going to cause everyone to shoot their missiles off. And we know the MOTB has to come first, but you see how close the Lord wants to, when he brings in MOTB and they come against the men of the Lord, he's going to have those missiles damn near ready to shoot off, man. And how about Shem Yahushua return? You seeing how it's being played out, man. The Lord set up everything for Yahweh Shem Yahushua to return, and then those missiles come, man. Because everybody's on edge now, man. Because they know that Benjamin is not going to back down, man. And Lindsey Graham is on the same in the same mindset as Benjamin. We gotta go. This is the time. They're at their weakest point. We got them right where we want them. Let's strike them now. Let's go to war. We gotta go to war. We got them weak. The protests and the people want them out of there. Let's go to war. And they're prepared for sacrifices, man, of their own nation, of their own people. So you seeing that this is the mindset that Esau's in, man. Let's go to war. Let's fight. And that's it. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to, to talk about, man. That's the mindset there. Ain't nothing else to talk about. Why are we going to go and send Steve Witkoff and Kushner, Jared Kushner over there? We know what we want to do. It's already set up, man. Let's just do it. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 22. A sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. And that's what is being prepared, a great destruction. But Esau thinks it's going to go in his favor. But it's a trap is set up. He says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And see, he has risen to his heights. And now the Lord is finna make a move on him. He says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. See that? It's a trap being set for Esau. He don't have a clue. He just knows if we can conquer them, if we can take them down, that's it, man. So that's the last step we need to take. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. And everything they've done, they've been trying to defy the Lord, man. Go against the Lord with all they might. Everything they do, they try to make it seem like they are men of the Lord, but they're going against the Lord, man. And this shows you that the Lord, when he said, and was it I can't think off the top of my head, but it says that I would have war with Amalek from generation to generation. I mean, I could look it up. But that goes to show you that this man, Amalek, the Lord is warring against him, man. And it's a trap being set for him, because all those Muslim nations are going to go against Esau, man. They're going to go against Esau, and it's being set up perfectly. This is the trap that's being set. That's why Egypt, Turkey, those other nations, the Arabian nations, are being in that meeting. We want to see if Iran is telling the truth, or we want to see if the West is telling the truth. And this goes to show you that we are at the end, man. We are at the end, man, because war is about to happen. And like the Iranian leader said, it's not going to be just a regular war, couple shots fired. No, it's going to be a regional war. And you're going to draw a lot of these nations into this war, and a lot of their people are going to be killed, man. Verse 24 again, it says, I have laid a snare for thee, thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua have opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. And see, all the nations are being prepared to shoot their missiles, man. They are being prepared to fight. And this is the Lord putting it on their spirit to get ready to fight. There's no more thinking, well, they might not do it this year. Man, they're at the cusp of shooting, ready to shoot their missiles off, man. That's what North Korea leader, he constantly says that. He can't wait for the day the Lord put it on his spirit to shoot them off. Verse 25, it says, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua have opened his armory. He have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua of hosts in the land of the Chaldees. Come against her from the uttermost border. Open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. And see, that day is quickly approaching, where the Lord is going to destroy utterly Babylon the Great, man. Drop down to verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, that he have taken against Babylon, and his purpose that he have purposed against the land of the Chaldees. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make her desolate. Their Slakia. I butchered it, man. I'm excited about this one. Is that surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. See that? Whoo! So the Lord is preparing to utterly waste Babylon the Great, man. At the sound of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. See that? What's going to cause the earth to move? You should already know this by now, man. The cry is heard among the nations. See that? The cry is heard among the nations. And see, this is what the nations are preparing to do. He done went against his own allies. He done went and pretty much made everyone fearful of him. As you see, he went down to Venezuela, now Cuba, down they at his feet. And see, Russia and China is basically just letting this man build up everything he's doing. Then he's going to come against him. They're going to come against him, man. Which, you know, in Ezekiel 38, it tells you that he's going to put those hooks back in the jaws of the Russians, man. So this ain't a coincidence that everything is being played out the way it's being played out, man. They making it seem like Babylon can't be touched, and I'm talking about the small hats and DT, Lindsey Graham. They can't be touched, and that's why all the nations are running to be backed by China and by Russia, man, because they know that they're the only ones can stand up to Babylon the Great, man. This is Isaiah 14 and dropping down to verse 24. And this is talking about the Assyrian, but this applies to Esau, man, Babylon the Great. Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. As I have purposed, so shall it stand. See that? This is the determination of the Lord, man. Because you have striven against the Lord, man. That I will break the Assyrians in my land. And who was in the Lord's land? These Edomites, man. And upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. And it's talking about the children of Israel, man, the elect of the children of Israel. So when Esau is taken down, we know that the Lord is here, man. That burden of being fearful and being afraid of Esau is going to be taken away. We'll be redeemed. Verse 26, it says, this is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth. And see, the purpose of the whole earth is for the Esau to go down, man. And this is the hand that is stretched out upon all nations. For Yahweh Shem Yahushua of hosts hath purposed, and who shall disannul it? See that? It's written, and who gonna stop it? This is the Lord boastfully telling you that Esau gonna go down no matter what he says. And this in his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? See that? The Lord is telling you he is set up to be judged, man. Who's going to turn it back? Who's going to stop this judgment that's coming on Esau, man? NLT, it says, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of heaven's army has spoken. Who can change his plans? See that? Who can change his plans? When his hand is raised, who can stop it? Who can stop him, man? Woo! See that? That's heavy, man. So the men of the Lord, through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, have been telling you that this man is going down, man. And when we're speaking on behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and who can turn the judgment of the Lord back? It's written. We're not doing anything to come against Esau. We just speaking what the Lord said to bring forth to our enemies, man. Be an ambassador to these enemies, these heathen nations. Good News Translation. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Almighty is determined to do this. So no one can say, Lord, please don't do it. Lord, don't do it. He has stretched out his arm to punish, and no one can stop him. See that? No one can stop him. And see, the judgment is written. It's already pretty much happened through the Spirit, but it's soon to happen physically. No one is going to stop the Lord from bringing judgment on Esau, man. This is his judgment, man. And you have these other Israelite groups saying Esau can be saved, and the Lord wouldn't do this to Esau, like your, what's his name, Deacon Akar and Brother Hassad. There's no way out for him, man. He has to suffer the wrath of the Lord, just like we did. This is 2nd Esdras 2. This is 2nd Esdras 15, and I'm gonna drop down to verse 28. Just hit the point, man, because this is the horrible vision we're seeing through the Spirit. It says, behold, an horrible vision and appearance thereof from the east. And it's talking about these Iranians, man, these Persians, man. They're going to be joined by their brethren, man, those Muslim countries that's over in that region. It says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots. And see, I looked it up. The Arabian, you see this area right here, which is small. Let me just blow it up. This area around here, and that's the valley of Yehoshaphat, man, where the World War III is going to be fought at, where the Battle of Armageddon. I say it like that, the Battle of Armageddon, which we know as World War III. And you see the Arabians. It includes Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, Kuwait. I said Oman, yeah. Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, Kuwait, and UAE. Those are the nations that are the Arabians, man. It's in the area. And I can't say everyone is going to fight, but we know the Lord is going to put the Spirit on it for everybody to fight. And Babylon has a base in damn near all of these nations. I know they have in Oman, Kuwait, Bahrain, UAE, and Kuwait, but not in and Saudi Arabia, and but not in Yemen. But see, these nations are going to turn on Babylon the Great, man, because they're going to see that their day is it. Their day is ending. And see, this is what Babylon is not taking account of, man, that the nations are going to turn on because they have ruled over them with power and military might. They think that they'll never turn on them, man. Verse 29, 2 Ezra 15 and verse 29, it says, where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come out with many chariots, and the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon the earth, that all they which hear them may fear and tremble. And see, it's going to be so many of them, man. Also, the Carmanians, which is the Persians, Iran, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars. And see, before they even try to strike them, all those nations that I showed you, Jordan included, they said that Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, UAE, none of them nations want to have Babylon use their airspace to go and attack the Persians, man. And see, this is a reason why. Also, the Carmanians, which the Persians, raging in wrath, shall go forth as the wild boars. And it's a spirit that the Lord made them symbolize as a wild boar. And I put wild boar in here, and I said, is a wild boar aggressive? And I just seen this drop down. Is the wild boar aggressive? It says wild boars can be very aggressive and dangerous, especially when cornered. See that? In that corner, they're going to meet. You're going to either bow down to our rules or be striked. And see, they're dangerous, and especially when cornered. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to corner them and force them to fight. It says wounded or protecting their young. And this is when they're most aggressive and dangerous. It says, while they typically avoid humans, see, they don't want to fight. They avoid humans. They can charge at the speeds of up to 70 kilometers, but we know it as miles per hour. 43 miles per hour. And that's very fast, man. Your damn car going 40, 43, 45 miles per hour. That's fast. It says using sharp tusk. And what Iran is known for? Those missiles, man. Having thousands upon thousands and shit. I don't know. I ain't count them. But you know they're known for having a lot of missiles, man. It says using sharp tusk to cause several injuries. See? They are mostly dangerous when threatened or during mating season. See, the Lord gave you an image of a wild boar as these Carmanians, man. The image and the characteristics of a wild boar. So when they're threatened, that's when they're most dangerous, man. And you better believe that they're feeling threatened now, man. They're feeling threatened now because they're being forced to basically bow down to our stipulations or be attacked. 30, one more time it says, also the Carmanians raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars in the wood. Man, the Lord is amazing. You just think how you just, man, just, hey, read it just like that. It's make you get the mindset, man, because like Apostle Gabar always say, you got to visualize these things, man. And I wanted to pull up a wild boar being attacked. Matter of fact, let's do that, man. I was trying to make the videos shorter, man, because I know I get to having a lot of videos, and it makes the lessons long, and people don't want to watch them when they're long. Let me see if I can. Let's see what they do when they're. I should have had a video put up. Let me see what this. Let's skip to it.
Hermanos, la neve.
I ain't gonna play it because I just said fair use. See, they hunt them. cornering them. Look at that. Let me get another one, man. I ain't showing a good one. You trying to attack? See them up, man. Shh. He got lucky. That mother was real close, man. Look how fast he is. But you get the gist of it. You get the gist of how the wild boars are, man. They fast, man. But I just just give you a mindset of what you're reading. You can see the characteristics that the Lord is placed on the Arabians, the Carmanians, the Persians, man. Finish it up 30, man. It said I end it. It says, and with great power shall they come and join battle with them, and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. And see who the Assyrians are in our land, Babylon the Great. So you seeing that the Lord is putting them in a position to be judged, man. And this is going to be the end of Babylon the Great, man. This is when we get out those yokes and taken off us, man, for good. And I'm speaking about the hopeful elect until the children of Israel come back through them. We're going to be relieved of all the wickedness that we got to suffer and face, man. Because it's a lot, man. Just eating alone, man. You can't even go out to eat no more, man. You can't even eat in your damn kitchen anymore, man. This is Revelation 18 and verse 21. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down and shall be found no more at all. And that's plain, man. She'll be thrown down and found no more at all. And that's what we're patiently waiting for, to be thrown down and be found no more at all. It says, and the voice of harpers and magicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. So it won't be no working, it ain't gonna be no music, it ain't gonna be no happiness, it ain't gonna be no concerts, none of the things Babylon is known for, man. It says, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. So no more marriages. And thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries, see that? For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And see, all the nations have been deceived by Babylon the Great, man. And that's coming to an end, man. And in her were found the blood of the prophets and of the saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth, man. So this place is going to be found with the children of Israel in it, with our blood spilled in it, man. And the Lord said this place has to be cleansed by the blood that's spilled, man. So Lord, when it was edifying me in the dirt. Shalom, shalom.